The time has come, chosen one. You've felt it. The quiet stirrings, the inexplicable pull, the sense that your life is about to shift in ways you cannot yet fully comprehend. But make no mistake, this isn't a coincidence. There's a reason you've felt this way. God has been preparing you for something monumental. A life-changing meeting is closer than you think, and when it happens, it will alter the very fabric of your existence. The question is no longer if it will come, it's when. The divine hand is guiding you toward a moment that will shape everything you know about yourself, your purpose, and the world around you. This is the culmination of years of unseen preparation, and God has decided the time is now. Are you ready to step into your destiny? Share your readiness in the comments by affirming, "I am ready." The path ahead is set, and the meeting with your higher calling is closer than ever. Before we begin, I have a quick request. Lately, my videos have faced challenges in reaching those who are meant to hear this message. If this content resonates with you, consider supporting its creation by clicking the thanks or join button. Your support goes a long way in helping us continue delivering meaningful and transformative insights. Let's dive in. The unseen shift. The unseen shift is a subtle yet powerful force, guiding you through life in ways that aren't immediately obvious. It's the alignment of small, everyday events that, when seen from a wider perspective, reveal a hidden path. Life may seem like it's moving in random directions, but these minor, almost unnoticed moments are aligning to bring you closer to your destiny. You may pass through your day without realizing how things are slowly coming together. The unexpected conversations, the chance meetings, the quiet moments of reflection, they're all part of a greater design, nudging you towards something greater. In the midst of your daily routine, you might sense something is different without being able to pinpoint exactly what it is. A thought or feeling might come to you at a random moment, something that doesn't quite make sense at first, but feels oddly familiar. These quiet signs are the unseen shift at work. It's as though life is subtly steering you, but the direction is often so smooth and gradual that it's hard to notice. It's not the loud or dramatic events that make the biggest impact. Rather, it's the silent way things align, like pieces of a puzzle falling into place when you're not looking for them. Often, we think we are the ones steering our lives, controlling every outcome, every step. But sometimes, the most significant changes come from moments when we let go of control and allow things to unfold naturally. The unseen shift works like a soft current, guiding you forward without resistance. You don't need to see the whole picture to move in the right direction. Life doesn't demand that you understand every detail. It's enough to know that the pieces are falling into place even when you're not aware of it. Sometimes, this shift reveals itself through the emotions you experience. There might be days when you feel an unexplainable sense of peace or clarity, like everything is aligning perfectly, even if you don't know why. It's not the kind of clarity you expect when a problem is solved. Instead, it's the quiet realization that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, even if you can't see what's ahead. This peace isn't loud or demanding. It's gentle, like a quiet breeze that reminds you to relax and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. In many ways, this shift happens without fanfare or drama. Life's small, everyday moments, like a chance encounter or a passing thought, might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they form a pattern, a path that you might not fully understand until you look back. These moments don't always make sense in the moment, yet they have a way of guiding you where you need to be. It's like looking at a map with no clear route marked, yet somehow you find yourself on the right path, moving in the right direction, without needing to have all the answers in front of you. The true beauty of the unseen shift is how it works quietly, without your active participation. It doesn't demand your attention, but rather weaves its way into your life, making adjustments as needed, shifting the direction just slightly when necessary. As you move through your day, you may not even notice the changes until one day you realize how far you've come. This quiet, invisible movement is what makes the unseen shift so powerful. It doesn't need to make noise to create lasting change. It simply works behind the scenes, leading you gently toward what you're meant to find. The magnetic pull of purpose. Have you ever experienced that magnetic pull towards something or someone? It's not just a random feeling or an accident. It's as if a hidden force is gently yet firmly guiding you in a direction that feels so natural you can't help but follow. Sometimes it's a person you meet unexpectedly, or a place you find yourself drawn to for reasons you can't fully explain. It could even be an opportunity that seems to fall into your lap at exactly the right moment. These experiences are not just coincidences. They are signs that the universe is recalibrating your path, nudging you back on course, or pushing you further down the road you are meant to travel. This magnetic pull is like a compass within you that points toward your purpose, even if you don't always understand why you're drawn to a particular direction. There's a deep, almost instinctive feeling that tells you to trust it. It's like standing at the edge of a river and feeling the current pull you toward a certain spot. You may not know what lies there, but the force of the water is undeniable, and it moves you forward, step by step. Similarly, the universe works in subtle ways, aligning certain people, places, and opportunities that resonate with your energy, helping you find the path that feels most true to who you are. This pull is not random. It's the universe's way of recalibrating your life. Think of it like a clockmaker fine-tuning the gears of a delicate watch. Each tick, each turn is a small adjustment to make sure everything runs smoothly, and every adjustment brings you closer to your true purpose. The universe, with all its hidden wisdom, knows what's needed to get you back on track or to help you grow and evolve. Sometimes this means introducing you to someone who will challenge you, a situation that will push you out of your comfort zone, or an opportunity that might seem unusual but will ultimately lead to something amazing. Even though you may not see the larger picture at the time, every moment of this pull is an invitation to trust the process. At the same time, this magnetic pull often comes with moments of resistance, times when you feel unsure, hesitant, or even fearful of the direction you're being led in. These moments of inner resistance are often the very things that highlight your growth. It's like trying to push a boulder uphill. The effort feels difficult, and every step feels like a struggle. But that struggle is what makes you stronger. It's the resistance that helps you realize where you need to grow, to shed old habits, or to overcome limitations. These moments are not signs that you're on the wrong path. Instead, they are the universe's way of showing you that you are being stretched, tested, and ultimately prepared for something greater. This resistance can show up in many forms. Sometimes it feels like fear or doubt, making you question whether you're making the right choice. Other times, it might appear as discomfort, a feeling that you're not quite ready for the change that is coming your way. It can be easy to mistake these feelings as signs to stop or retreat, but in reality, they are simply signals that growth is happening. The magnetic pull is strong enough to bring you to where you need to be. But the journey isn't always easy. Like a plant pushing through the soil to reach the sunlight, growth often comes with some discomfort as it stretches toward the light of your purpose. Recognizing this resistance is key to understanding the magnetic pull of purpose. Rather than seeing it as a roadblock, you can view it as a sign that you're on the right track. It's like being on a road that seems rough, yet with each bump, you are getting closer to your destination. The more you understand that these feelings of resistance are a natural part of your evolution, the easier it becomes to embrace them. They are not obstacles, they are challenges that help you prepare for what's ahead. The more you face them, the stronger your resolve becomes, and the more aligned you become with your true path. This magnetic pull, along with its moments of resistance, is a powerful reminder that life has a way of guiding you toward your purpose. It's not always loud or obvious, but it's always there. When you feel that irresistible attraction to a person, a place, or an opportunity, it's a sign that you are moving towards something important. And when you feel that inner resistance, it's a sign that growth is happening. These experiences are part of a dance between the universe and you, where every step you take brings you closer to understanding your purpose and fulfilling your potential. What's fascinating is that despite the challenges or resistance, the magnetic pull continues to guide you. It's like a gentle current that never tires, never loses its direction. Even when the path feels unclear, the pull remains steady, helping you to trust in the journey. The more you lean into the opportunities and people that seem to come into your life, the more you will begin to understand how they are helping to shape your purpose. Even the toughest moments, when you feel the most resistance, are just temporary phases in the process of aligning with your destiny. This magnetic force is always there, quietly working behind the scenes. You don't need to understand everything right away, nor do you need to have all the answers. Just by following the pull, even through moments of resistance, you are being led closer to where you are meant to be. The journey isn't always easy, but it's always moving in the right direction, toward your true purpose. The more you trust that, the more you will find yourself stepping into your life's calling. The silent guardians. There are moments in life when we feel something beyond our own understanding guiding us, as though there are invisible hands at work behind the scenes. These unseen forces are like quiet guardians, ever present but rarely acknowledged, helping to shape our journey without demanding our attention. These spiritual energies are not always loud or obvious. Instead, they weave through our lives like threads, subtly pulling us in the right direction. They are the gentle whispers that steer us when we need it most, quietly preparing the way ahead, sometimes in ways we don't even realize. Much like the wind, these energies are invisible, but felt deeply. You can't see the wind, but you know it's there by how it moves the trees or cools your face. Similarly, spiritual forces may not make themselves seen to the naked eye, but you can feel their presence in the way things suddenly seem to align, in the unexpected comfort that appears in moments of distress. These spiritual helpers do not force their will upon you. Instead, they nudge, encourage, and guide, leading you forward with a soft, invisible hand. They are like the subtle flow of a river, guiding your boat without rushing it, always ensuring that you move toward your destination at the right pace. Their influence often manifests in ways that can easily be overlooked or mistaken for coincidence. Perhaps you've found yourself thinking of someone only for them to call or message you out of the blue. Or maybe an opportunity appears right when you've been questioning your next step, almost as if it arrived exactly when you needed it. These occurrences are not random. They are the work of your silent guardians, gently guiding you toward the right choices. They don't need to make grand gestures or create dramatic changes. Instead, they guide with precision and grace, making sure everything unfolds at the right time. It's like the way a plant grows toward the sunlight, responding to an invisible pull, even though the plant itself cannot see the source. When these energies manifest, they often do so in quiet, subtle ways. It might come as a sudden burst of inspiration that leads you to take an action you hadn't considered, or a feeling of calm that washes over you just when you're on the brink of stress. You may experience an intuition that directs you to a certain person, place, or situation, guiding you when logic alone doesn't make sense. It's not about a loud voice or grand revelation. It's the small nudges, the gentle pushes, the inner knowing that you're on the right path. These moments may be so quiet that you could easily miss them, but they are the signposts left by your spiritual guardians, guiding you toward your purpose with the softest of touches. It's important to remain open to receiving their guidance, but this openness doesn't require forcing yourself to understand everything or overthinking every small detail. Sometimes we become so focused on finding clear answers that we block out the subtle whispers around us. It's like standing on a busy street, trying to hear the soft melody of a distant song while being surrounded by noise. The key is to quiet the mind, to allow the space for these subtle energies to speak to you, trusting in the process and having faith that the guidance you receive is exactly what you need, even if it doesn't come in the form you expect, is essential. The more you try to control or overanalyze, the more you close yourself off from the quiet guidance that's always available. To stay open to the guidance of your silent guardians, it's important to cultivate mindfulness and presence. When you're grounded in the present moment, you create the space for subtle signals to reach you. It's like being in the middle of a forest and being still enough to hear the faint rustle of leaves. If you're constantly moving, rushing, or distracted, you might miss the signals that are there, waiting for you. By slowing down and paying attention to the small shifts, whether it's a feeling in your gut, a moment of peace when everything else feels chaotic, or an unexpected synchronicity, you allow yourself to be open to the guidance that's already present. Being receptive to this guidance also means trusting your intuition without needing to explain or justify it. Often, the most profound messages come in the form of a feeling or an instinct, something that doesn't make sense at first, but later reveals its purpose. It's like when you're walking in a dark room and your hand brushes against a wall, leading you in the right direction. You can't see the wall, but you know it's there, guiding you. Similarly, your silent guardians often work through your intuition, steering you without needing to shout for attention. The key is to trust in that inner knowing and allow yourself to be led, even if you don't fully understand why. Another way to remain open is to practice patience. Spiritual energies don't always work on our timeline, and sometimes the guidance we need takes time to come through. It's like planting a seed and waiting for it to sprout. You know the seed is there, but you can't rush the process. The more you try to force it, the more you disrupt its natural growth. Similarly, by letting go of impatience and trusting that the right guidance will come when you need it, you allow the silent guardians to work their magic in their own time. The presence of these spiritual helpers is a reminder that you're never truly alone on your journey. Even when you can't see the path clearly, there are invisible hands guiding you, ensuring that you are always supported, even if the support is not immediately visible. It's like walking in the dark with someone who knows the way, quietly guiding you forward, step by step, until the light appears. By staying open, trusting, and being patient, you can continue to receive their guidance, and in doing so, align yourself with the flow of the universe. The power of saying yes. There is a special kind of power in saying yes to the unknown. It's a simple word, but it holds the key to unlocking new possibilities and directions in your life. Saying yes is like opening a door to a room you've never seen before, not knowing exactly what awaits you, but trusting that something significant lies beyond it. It's a willingness to step outside of what you know, to embrace the mystery, and to trust that your path will unfold, even if the steps aren't immediately clear. It's when you say yes to the unknown that you give yourself the opportunity to experience growth, transformation, and the profound changes that come from being open to what the universe has in store. Saying yes to the unknown doesn't just mean acting without a plan or stepping into chaos. It's about trust. Think of it as being handed a map to a place you've never been. You don't know the terrain or what challenges might come, but you know the map is leading you somewhere that is important. The act of embracing the unknown is an invitation to trust that life is guiding you to the right place. Every step you take in faith, even if uncertain, draws you closer to something powerful, to a meeting or a moment that has always been part of your journey. This meeting, whatever it may be, is not an accident. It's something that was meant for you, something that was written into the fabric of your existence long before you ever realized it. In spiritual terms, the concept of spiritual contracts comes into play here. These contracts aren't written in ink on paper. They're agreements made on a higher level before you even came into this life. These agreements shape your experiences and guide you towards certain people, places, and events that are vital to your soul's growth. Just like a contract outlines the terms of an agreement, your spiritual contract includes promises and lessons you agreed to before your birth. It's as if you're walking through life with a roadmap that, although not always visible, guides you towards certain experiences and people that are integral to your journey. Saying yes to the unknown is your way of honoring these agreements, trusting that everything that happens has a purpose, even when you don't understand it at the moment. These spiritual contracts are not about controlling the outcome or trying to force things into place. They are more like invitations, gentle nudges that encourage you to be open to what is unfolding. The meeting you are about to experience, the one that has always been part of your path, is a result of you honoring that invitation. It's as if the universe has set the stage for this moment, and all you have to do is show up, be open, and say yes. Your willingness to embrace the unknown allows you to step into the flow of this greater plan, ensuring that you align with the experiences meant for your soul's evolution. In practical terms, cultivating readiness for such moments begins with aligning your mindset and actions. Readiness isn't about forcing things or expecting instant results. Instead, it's about creating an openness within yourself to receive whatever comes your way. Think of it like preparing a garden. You don't know exactly what will grow, but you till the soil, water the seeds, and make sure the environment is right for something to bloom. Similarly, cultivating readiness means nurturing the inner conditions for growth by letting go of fear, doubt, and resistance. You allow space for new opportunities and experiences to enter your life, trusting that they are part of the greater plan. One way to cultivate this readiness is by practicing trust in the unknown. It's easy to hold back when things seem uncertain, but learning to trust that you are being guided can transform your life. It's like walking across a bridge with fog all around you. You can't see the other side, but you trust that the bridge will hold you. This trust requires letting go of the need for control, allowing yourself to flow with the current of life. Each time you say yes to the unknown, you strengthen your ability to trust, and this trust becomes the foundation for future growth and connection. Another practical way to be ready is by staying present and grounded. Often, when the unknown appears, our minds start to race with questions and worries about what might happen. These thoughts can block the flow of opportunities and experiences that are meant to come your way. By staying present in the moment, you remove the distractions and allow yourself to fully experience whatever is unfolding. It's like tuning into a radio station. You can only hear the music clearly when the dial is set correctly. Similarly, staying present helps you tune into the subtle messages and opportunities that are always around you. Along with presence, cultivating a mindset of openness is key. This doesn't mean saying yes to everything without discernment, but it does mean being willing to explore and try new things, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. Each time you say yes, you expand your possibilities. You open yourself to new experiences, new people, and new lessons. Like a bird learning to fly, it may feel uncertain at first, but with each flap of the wings, you move closer to freedom. By saying yes to the unknown, you begin to understand that every experience, even the challenging ones, are part of a greater design that supports your growth. Another essential part of preparing for the meeting that is part of your journey is developing a sense of confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This confidence isn't about knowing all the answers or being perfect. It's about trusting that you have the inner strength to navigate life's twists and turns. Like a river carving its way through the landscape, you have the ability to move around obstacles and continue flowing toward your destination. This confidence comes from the simple act of saying yes, of choosing to step forward, even when you can't see what lies ahead. Each step, no matter how small, builds your courage and your readiness for the future. By embracing the unknown and saying yes, you step into a journey that is guided by the deep wisdom of your spiritual contract. It's a journey that invites growth, new beginnings, and the fulfillment of a path you may not have seen, but one that has always been waiting for you. The ripple effect. When you experience a moment of transformation, it's not just your life that changes. It creates ripples that spread out, touching the lives of everyone around you. Think of it like a stone dropped into still water. At first, the stone's impact seems small, but the ripples extend outward, expanding far beyond where the stone landed. In the same way, a single shift in your life can have a profound effect on others, even if you don't immediately see the changes. Every action, every decision you make in alignment with your purpose sends out waves that influence those near you, sometimes in ways you cannot predict, but that are deeply meaningful nonetheless. This meeting, this pivotal moment in your life, has the potential to ignite a chain reaction that extends far beyond just you. It's as if you've lit a candle, and while the flame starts small, it has the ability to light the candles of others. When you undergo a transformation, whether it's through personal growth, an important decision, or a realization, you become a beacon for those around you. Your actions and energy can inspire change in others, offering them a new way of seeing the world or encouraging them to take steps in their own journey. Like the gentle breeze that stirs the leaves on a tree, Your transformation has the power to touch many lives in ways you may never fully understand. It's not just about your journey. It's about the web of connections you are a part of and how your personal evolution can contribute to the collective evolution. This interconnectedness of destinies is one of the most beautiful aspects of life. You may think of yourself as an individual moving through the world, but in reality, your life is intricately woven into the lives of others. Each person you meet, each encounter you have, is part of a greater pattern that stretches far beyond your understanding. Just like threads in a tapestry, each of our destinies is connected, and the choices we make can influence the lives of those we may never meet. One seemingly small action, a kind word, a gesture of kindness, a decision made from the heart, can create a ripple that changes the course of someone else's life. It's as if we are all part of a great cosmic dance, each of us playing our role and affecting one another in ways both big and small. In these moments of change and transformation, it's easy to overlook the far-reaching effects of what's happening. But every shift you experience is linked to something much greater. The connections we have with others are more profound than we often realize, and they are all part of a larger, divine ecosystem. Imagine a tree with many branches, each representing a different path or person. Each branch sways in the wind, influencing the others, creating a ripple effect that moves throughout the entire tree. In the same way, your personal growth and transformation influence not only your own life, but also the lives of those in your immediate circle and beyond. Viewing yourself as part of this larger, divine ecosystem changes how you approach life. You begin to see that your actions, however small they seem, are part of a greater whole. When you make decisions that are aligned with your higher purpose, you contribute to the well-being of the entire system. Just as the butterfly flapping its wings in one part of the world can create a chain of events that leads to a storm in another, your choices and actions send out vibrations that affect the world in ways you cannot always see. But just because you can't always see the outcome doesn't mean it isn't happening. Every moment of growth, every shift in your awareness, impacts the flow of energy in the universe and in turn influences the people and events that cross your path. As you undergo this transformation, it's important to remember that you are not separate from the world around you. You are not an isolated individual, but a part of the interconnected web of life. The moments of change and growth that you experience have a ripple effect on the world, both seen and unseen. Each time you act with integrity, each time you choose compassion, each time you take a step toward your higher purpose, you are contributing to the positive shift in the collective energy. Your journey is intertwined with the journeys of others, and as you rise, so too does the energy of the world around you. This realization can be both humbling and empowering. It reminds you that your life has purpose beyond your own experience. The changes you undergo, the lessons you learn, and the way you show up in the world affect far more than just your own life. It's like planting a seed in a garden. You may not see the full extent of the tree that will eventually grow, but you can be sure that the tree's roots will spread, and the fruits it bears will nourish others. Similarly, the shifts you make in your life are like seeds being planted, and while you may not always see the results immediately, the impact on others is real. Understanding this interconnectedness also allows you to approach life with a deeper sense of responsibility and purpose. It's not about striving for perfection or constantly trying to control the outcome of your actions. Instead, it's about being aware of the energy you bring into the world and the way your choices ripple out into the lives of others. The more you align yourself with your higher purpose, the more you contribute to the positive energy in the world. It's as if you're part of a grand symphony, and every note you play contributes to the harmony of the entire piece. Ultimately, the ripple effect is a reminder that your life is part of something much larger than yourself. It's about seeing the connections between your own transformation and the way it impacts the world around you. Every shift in your life sends out waves of energy that touch others, and in doing so, you contribute to the growth and evolution of the collective. You are part of a divine ecosystem, and your transformation is a key part of the larger flow of life. The more you embrace this interconnectedness, the more you begin to see how everything in your life and in the world is connected. The role of faith in uncertainty. As the moment of transformation draws closer, doubts and fears often creep in, quietly whispering that you might not be ready or that the unknown is too vast to navigate. These feelings are not unusual. They are part of the process. Fear and uncertainty are like fog that settles over your path, making it hard to see what lies ahead. But just as the fog eventually lifts, the doubts and fears will clear, allowing you to move forward with clarity. The key to moving through this uncertainty is embracing the very doubt that arises. It's a signal that you are stepping into something significant, something that will require you to grow. The discomfort you feel is a reminder that transformation is not easy, but it is necessary for your evolution. These moments of fear are the threshold you must cross to enter the new chapter of your life. In times of uncertainty, stepping forward without knowing the exact outcome is like jumping into a river without seeing the other side. The water might be swift and the current unpredictable, but you trust that the flow will carry you to where you need to be. This is where faith comes into play. Faith is not the absence of fear. It's the willingness to move forward in spite of it. It's trusting in the process, even when the destination is unclear. Just as a tree cannot know exactly how tall it will grow, you too cannot predict the full extent of the changes that will come. But you trust that the growth is happening. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. It's stepping into the unknown, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to your highest purpose. Strengthening your faith in this process doesn't require grand gestures or complex rituals. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath and reminding yourself that every challenge is a step toward greater understanding. Just like a stone that smooths over time in a stream, your trust builds gradually. One way to build this trust is by reflecting on past experiences where you were uncertain but still moved forward, and how, in hindsight, those moments led to growth and transformation. These reflections are like the footprints left in the sand by a traveler, reminding you of the journey you've already taken. Each one shows that even when the path was unclear, you were still guided in the right direction. Remembering this allows you to quiet the voice of doubt and replace it with the understanding that every step you take, even in uncertainty, is part of a larger plan. Another way to nurture faith in the process is by practicing patience. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, and the unfolding of your journey requires time. It's like planting a seed and waiting for it to sprout. You can't rush the growth, but you know it's happening beneath the surface. The more you trust in the natural flow of life, the more you align with the rhythm of the universe, which is always working to guide you. Just as the seasons change without you needing to control them, the events in your life will unfold in their own time. Trust that the timing is always right. even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. With patience, you start to see how each piece of the puzzle fits together, even if you don't have the full picture yet. As you approach the pivotal moment, when everything feels as though it is about to shift, it's easy to become overwhelmed. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff, knowing that you're about to leap, but feeling the weight of hesitation. The anticipation of the meeting, the change, or the transformation can make your mind race, and the uncertainty of what's to come might make it difficult to stay grounded. In these moments, it's crucial to anchor yourself in the present. Just as a tree's roots keep it steady during a storm, you must keep your focus on the here and now. One way to do this is by practicing deep breathing, which helps calm the mind and reconnects you with the present moment. It's like reaching down to touch the earth beneath your feet, reminding yourself that you are supported and that everything you need is already within you. Remaining centered when the moment feels overwhelming requires trust in your own resilience. Just as a river's current flows through obstacles, you too have the inner strength to navigate the changes that are coming. The moment right before the transformation can be filled with pressure, but it's also the moment of greatest potential. Like a bowstring pulled taut before releasing an arrow, this is the point where everything aligns, ready to spring forward. Trusting yourself and the process is key to staying calm and grounded when the pressure builds. By releasing the need to control the outcome and embracing the flow, you allow yourself to be carried to the next step with grace and ease. The final step is about releasing the fears of the past and fully stepping into your chosen role. All the doubts, insecurities, and past experiences that have held you back must be let go of to make space for the new. It's like cleaning out a closet to make room for new clothes. Only by letting go of what no longer serves you can you truly embrace the potential that is waiting for you. These past fears might be familiar, but they are no longer relevant to the journey you're about to embark on. By releasing them, you make room for new opportunities, new energy, and new experiences that are in alignment with your higher purpose. This step requires courage, but it's the only way to fully step into the life that is waiting for you. Saying yes to the unknown, trusting in the process, and staying grounded are all essential to navigating this transformative time. Every step you take now, no matter how small, leads you closer to the meeting, to the moment where everything comes together. And in that moment, you will realize that every challenge, every uncertainty, and every fear was part of the process that brought you here. The final step is about embracing your role in the larger journey and moving forward with the understanding that everything you've experienced has led to this moment. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue sharing insights that guide you on your journey. Thank you for being part of this community.